girl saves a cat's life from being squished by a giant truck, a favor is thus called for her in order for her to be accepted to be his bride. But when she's suddenly lied to and things take a darker turn, it's up to a cat known as Baron to help save her and get her back home in the magical Studio Ghibli adventure. The Cat Returns. Hello and welcome to AZ Cinema, and on this episode we're going to see how Anne Hathaway teams up with Kelly Ewolds and Peter Boyle in order to take down a cat king voiced by the legendary King Tim Curry in The Cat Returns by Hayao Miyazaki. This film is actually based upon a book series by a woman of the name Hirayami, I think that's how you pronounce the last name. And it very much is inspired by stuff like The Nutcracker or even David Bowie's and Jim Henson's Labyrinth, as well as just being inspired by a lot of different Americanized book series. The film begins with our character Haru, voiced by Anne Hathaway, who is a non-believer in herself. She is very much, I suggest, like self-doubt. She sort of hates the life that she lives. She doesn't want her life, so to speak. And by that, I mean, no, she's not suicidal. That's not for a children's film, but she just doesn't want to do the things that she is set out to do in her life. And she thinks that things would be better if she was not a human, but instead a cat. This comes across when she saves the cat, where she says the cat Prince Loom, or Lume, kind of like similar to, I'm guessing that they're going for luminescent, so Lume. But the only thing is when it came off at first, I thought they said Prince Luna, but that's not the case. And her father his father, voiced by Tim Curry, the Cat King, takes the opportunity to take her back to the Cat Kingdom to force his son to marry a woman who he would turn into a cat. So it's up for her to meet a cat voiced by Peter Boyle named Haru until she ends up meeting the Baron voiced by Kelly Ewolds and ends up learning how to trust in herself once again. This Miyazaki has a brilliant way of getting across certain points for children to learn in the best way of his films, and really he doesn't get the point across very well here, because My Neighbor Totoro is about learning how to still be a kid despite growing up, and learn to grow up kind of slowly and enjoy childhood. Ponyo is about embracing what you want to be and follow your dreams. Spirited Away is about how to find something that you lost without ever knowing that you lost it in the first place, and also learn how to, embrace the life that you're going through instead of trying to deny it. Just embrace what's happening instead of trying to ignore it. And this definitely had the vibe of be yourself, and we see that especially with Haru, voiced brilliantly by Anne Hathaway. Hathaway is such a brilliant actress as she is. She already had done The Princess Diary previous to this for Disney, and she's just a brilliant actress all the way around. And what's funny is that she voiced the Catwoman before she actually became Catwoman. So it's pretty funny considering that this film for Disney and Ghibli came out in 2002, and it wasn't until 2016 or 17 when she did Catwoman. So it's actually been a while. And of course, Cary Elwes needs no introduction. He was Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars prequel films. He is a man who has the most majestic beard and British accent of all time. He sits up there with like William Neeson for people like, that's the voice that you want, but the voice you can never have. But he does a brilliant job voicing the Baron, because the Baron is basically a nobleman, even though he's a cat. Noble cat. I guess. But he does a great job voicing him. And of course, Peter Boyle from Everybody Loves Raymond, the father, does a really good job voicing Haru. He really gives the character more life than I expected it to. And I didn't know that Tim Curry was the Cat King. I figured the voice sounded familiar until I actually realized, holy crap, this is Tim Curry. This is the man, the myth, the legend, Tim Curry, standing in front of me. And he did a great job voicing the Cat King. I just did not expect him to be there. Also, we have Kristen Bell who voices Yuki, who actually does a really good job. Kristen Bell, I already know who she is. You might not know who she is. Brilliant comedian, brilliant actress. You guys might know her from Bad Moms. She was the character as Christy. I know her from Gracie Choice. She's an old Lifetime film, but that's how I know know her best. And of course, the brilliance of Robbie Gold voicing Toto. I think Robbie Gold has also worked on some other Miyazaki films, hasn't he? He's a brilliant voice actor either way, and he does a great job. So, of course, having Spirited Away and Ponyo under his belt, does the cat return stand up to it? Yeah, with some brilliant music, some great directing, some really good animation quality, especially for the film of itself. I'm really impressed by that. And really, probably the most amazing part is how Miyazaki flows it all together. And it does kind of go off the rails a few parts, but it still manages to bring itself back together. And this is one of my favorite Miyazaki films. To be honest, I was afraid it would turn up something like Princess Mononoke, which is a Miyazaki film I disown. I really hate that one, and it could have been so much better. But, it reminds me a lot of Howl's Moving Castle. It shows that it has a lot of inspiration from, the Nutcracker, and of course, Jim Henson's Labyrinth, and that's not a bad thing because it really shows off the creativity that you can do. And if this was ever, like a live action children's fantasy film, I really think it could strive off of that. Just don't do what you did for Cats. Do something better. Because yeah, if I had to watch this compared to Cats, the movie, yeah, I picked this, at least for being animated wise. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't seen The Cat Returns, I recommend that you do. It's a great Miyazaki film. For me, it sticks up there with both My Neighbor Totoro and Spirited Away as two of my favorite, Miyazaki films. And I'll be looking at another Miyazaki film I haven't seen since 2006. So keep that in mind. It's been that long. But thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to go to the Kingdom of Cats yourself by following me at Twitter. And also be sure to cast some magic yourself by liking and subscribing to my channel, of course. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm Lazy Universe, tuning out, and until next time.